Recent developments in international relations have brought to light concerning reports regarding China's potential involvement in supplying weapons to Iran. As negotiations and ceasefire efforts continue, this news has raised significant concerns among global powers, particularly the United States. According to a report from CNN, U.S. intelligence assessments suggest that Iran is seeking to replenish its weapon systems with the help of China. Of particular concern is the possibility that China could be supplying Iran with man-portable air defense systems, MANPADS, which are shoulder-fired anti-aircraft weapons. This development raises fears about Iran's intentions during the ongoing ceasefire and sends a troubling message to Washington regarding Beijing's role in the delicate geopolitical landscape. While China has portrayed itself as playing a constructive role in facilitating negotiations, these reports have cast a shadow of suspicion over its intentions. The situation is further complicated by the upcoming talks between Chinese President Xi Jinping and U.S. President Donald Trump, where Beijing's actions will undoubtedly be scrutinized. Amidst these tensions, a panel of experts gathered to discuss the potential outcomes of these negotiations. One expert noted that President Trump has a history of making bold statements, often employing a tactic of issuing threats. The expert expressed skepticism about the consistency of Trump's statements, highlighting the importance of dialogue and diplomacy in international relations. Mr. Trump makes all these statements which differ from what he has said in the morning to what he says in the evening. He said, "Peace is in the world's favor." The expert emphasized that despite the challenges, talks are preferable to war, as peace would benefit the entire world. The focus should be on de-escalation, dialogue, and diplomacy to address the complexities of international relationships. The expert also pointed out that the what are initially expected to be a swift victory for the United States has not achieved its political aims, such as regime change or denuclearization of Iran. Instead, the conflict has dragged on with significant economic and security implications for the world. Another panelist highlighted the strategic importance of the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global oil transportation. Iran holds significant leverage over the strategic choke point, and its control of the strait remains intact. The panelists raised questions about the potential for Yemen to become another Lebanon-like scenario, with escalating tensions and regional implications. The panelists also noted that Pakistan, acting as a proxy in the negotiations, plays a crucial role in facilitating dialogue between the United States and Iran. Despite the complexities, the panelists expressed hope that peace would prevail, acknowledging the economic and security challenges faced by the world due to the ongoing conflict. A4. Mur, Indian diplomat, weighed in on the high-level delegations participating in the negotiations. The diplomat questioned whether the delegations would engage in direct talks or rely on intermediaries like Pakistan to convey messages. The diplomat emphasized the importance of focusing on the key issues at the negotiating table, such as Iran's nuclear program and the control of the Strait of Hormuz. The diplomat expressed concern that the gains made in previous negotiations had been wiped out and the same issues remained unresolved. The diplomat also highlighted the considerable destruction caused by the conflict, with American bases and Gulf economies suffering significant damage. The diplomat pointed out that Qatar's gas fields were severely affected, with reports indicating that it would take years and billions of dollars to recover. This underscores the urgent need for a resolution to the conflict to prevent further devastation. Despite the challenges, there is hope for progress. T. He diplomat acknowledged that the negotiations almost didn't start due to discrepancies in the text provided to the United States and Iran. However, the international community has called for restraint, emphasizing the need to protect civilian lives and prevent further escalation. Another expert, Dr. Valawat, provided insights into the negotiation process, highlighting the involvement of high-level delegations from both sides. Dr. Valawat pointed out that Iran insisted on the presence of the U.S. Vice President, reflecting the seriousness of the talks. He emphasized that the situation has reached a critical point with global implications if left unresolved. Dr. Valawad noted that Israel's actions, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, have complicated the situation. Israel's aggressive response, including attacks on Lebanon, has further strained regional tensions. Dr. Valawad expressed concern about Netanyahu's influence and his efforts to exclude Lebanon from the ceasefire negation. OTAtions. The expert concluded by emphasizing the importance of addressing the key issues on the table, regardless of the format of the talks. The international community's pressure on both the United States and Iran remains crucial to achieving a resolution. As negotiations continue, the world watches closely, hoping for a breakthrough that will bring peace and stability to a region plagued by conflict. The ongoing geopolitical tensions between the United States, China, and Iran have taken a new turn, with reports suggesting that China is allegedly preparing to supply weapons to Iran. These developments come at a critical time when a fragile ceasefire is in place and both sides are preparing to engage in high-stakes negotiations. According to a report by CNN, U.S. intelligence is assessments indicate that Iran is looking towards China to replenish its weapons systems. A particular point of concern is the potential supply of man-portable air defense systems, MANPADS, by China to Iran. These shoulder-fired anti-aircraft weapons could significantly alter the military dynamics in the region, raising fears about Iran's intentions during the ceasefire and sending a concerning message to Washington regarding China's involvement. China's actions are being closely watched, especially as it has previously positioned itself as a positive force in encouraging Iran to participate in peace talks. However, these latest reports have cast a shadow of doubt over Beijing's motivations. The situation is further complicated by the upcoming meeting between Chinese President Xi Jinping and U.S. President Donald Trump. This meeting is expected to be tense, with Beijing's actions under intense scrutiny. In light of these developments, experts gathered to discuss the potential implications of the negotiations and China's role in the current geopolitical landscape. One expert highlighted President Trump's tendency to make bold and at times contradictory statements, noting that Mr. Trump makes all these statements which differ from what he has said in the morning to what he says in the evening. Despite this, the expert emphasized the importance of dialogue and diplomacy, stating peace is in the world's favor. The expert underscored the necessity of talks over conflict, stressing that peace would be beneficial globally. The focus should be on de-escalation and diplomacy to manage the intricacies of international relations. The expert also pointed out the challenges faced by the United States in achieving its political aims, such as regime change and denuclearization of Iran, and noted that despite the ongoing conflict, Israel remains a key player whose actions are not fully aligned with U.S. objectives. Another expert provided insight into the complex dynamics of the negotiations, highlighting the role of various regional and international stakeholders. The expert noted that the involvement of high-level delegations from both the United States and Iran indicates the seriousness of the negotiations. However, there are concerns that the talks might not be direct, with messages potentially being passed through intermediaries, such as Pakistan. The expert further explained that the key issues on the negotiating table remain unresolved despite previous discussions mediated by the foreign minister of Oman. These issues include Iran's nuclear program, the stockpile of enriched uranium, and the control of strategic waterways like the Strait of Hormuz. The expert pointed out that the recent conflict has not resulted in significant gains for any party, and the destruction has been extensive, affecting the region's infrastructure and economies. The discussion also touched upon the role of Israel and its actions in the region, particularly its attacks on Lebanon. These actions have drawn international condemnation, including strong statements from countries like India. The expert highlighted that Lebanon has become a focal point in the negotiations, why HEI in insisting on its inclusion in any ceasefire agreement. A senior journalist also weighed in on the potential outcomes of the negotiations, noting that the current situation could escalate into a global conflict if not managed carefully. The journalist emphasized the need for serious talks to prevent further destabilization in the region, especially given the domestic and international pressure on leaders like President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to reach a resolution. Overall, the negotiations in Islamabad are expected to be challenging, with both sides needing to find common ground on critical issues. The involvement of high-level delegations and the complexity of the geopolitical landscape underscore the importance of these talks in shaping the future of the region. While the format of the negotiations may vary, the focus must remain on addressing the key issues and finding a path to peace.